Mr. T, phenom of the early 1980s. Let's start with Games Magazine from May of 1984. I believe my brother had a subscription to this magazine because we had practically every issue from this year. This came out the month after I turned 10 years old. Listen up, fool. It's Mr. T. Play tic-tac on my knee. Oh, that's my shoulder. Hey, don't correct me. So we open this children's magazine with a cigarette ad. So that's pretty cool. And let's see, what do we have here? A devil cartoon, okay. Letters page, game bits, and another cigarette ad. And then alcohol. Okay, IBM. Come on, let's get, oh, here we go. What's this? Some kind of fantasy painting of sorts. But looks like a Boris Vallejo. Let's see. Boris, hey, I know my artists. I actually met him. Got his autograph. And a third cigarette ad. What in the world? Okay, so ad for science fiction books. A lot of advertisements. Now we get to a little cartoon strip. A Short History of America, science puzzle by R. Crumb. R. Crumb from Zap Comics, an underground comic, which was, of course, not for children. Rip Van Winkle quiz. Okay, so we get a quiz. MASH. Star Trek. Is that Christy McAuliffe? Muhammad Ali, Beatles. What we got here? Mark Spitz, Jaws. Who Shot JR? Come on now. Cigarettes. Car. What kind of a magazine is this? Crossword puzzle, crossword puzzle. Where's Mr. T? A pity the fool who don't drink they milk. Sucker. You know, I got a Mr. T children's book for my daughter back in the 90s. I used to get her little books at Goodwill that I would read to her when she would go to sleep. One of them was a Mr. T book based on the 1980s cartoon, and I would read it to her in Mr. T's voice. She, of course, had no idea who Mr. T was. All right, another little game. Well, it is Games Magazine, so you get your traditional type of games you could put on a magazine page. This is a dumb magazine. It's just advertisements. Look, buy more issues where you can look at advertisements for more issues. Look at all these crossword puzzles. Boring. A cigarette ad? You kidding me? Where is Mr. T? All right, this might be fun. I seem to remember this. What's this? I don't care. Another puzzle. This looks fun. Another cigarette ad. Come on now. Games and books. Hey. I remember these old types of games. What's this? Can you outwit Sherlock Holmes? No. Ads for more Games magazines. And here's, I guess, the answers to the crossword puzzles or what have you. So, you know what? Look, another cigarette ad. No Mr. T. No Mr. T at all. The Fantastic Worlds of Boris Vallejo. Hey, is there going to be a Frank Frazetta ad? Nope, but there's going to be an alcohol ad. Get this thing. A cigarette ad! Get this thing out of my face. Okay. The A-Team. Ba-ba-da-ba with Mr. T. 40th anniversary special. I just got this recently. This came out, when did this come out? This year? Earlier this year? Take my word for it. You know, I met Dirk Benedict, and I met Barkley, Dwight Schultz. There we go, Mr. T, all right. And George Peppard. Okay. So this is all about the show. I haven't read this yet. I have the entire series on DVD. Of course, I've put all my DVDs onto my external hard drive. Love this show. I think it still holds up, at least for people like me looking back on shows that I liked. You know, a show that does not hold up, Manimal. Boy, I wanted that car. You know, I had a little Matchbox or Hot Wheels or whatever of Faceman's Corvette. Thought it was cool. And, of course, I had the pullback A-Team van, B.A. Baracus' van, which I still have. This looks interesting, and I'm going to need to read this. Hey, Hulk Hogan. Okay. I remember when, you know, of course, Mr. T made his debut in Rocky III with Sylvester Stallone, where he played Clubber Lang. That movie also started out with Hulk Hogan, like I showed on the few pages before. He played Thunder Lips. And that is the movie. Look, the Mr. T doll, the Mr. T cartoon, Rocky III. That of course, is the role where they created his line, "I pity the fool." When they ask him if he hates Rocky Balboa, and he says, "No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man that tries to get in my way. I live alone, I train alone." Okay, I'm not going to repeat the whole movie to you, but here's the van. And we liked him in Rocky III. Then the A-Team came out. The whole world was obsessed. Well, at least us here in America as kids, with Mr. T. And he was everywhere. Got his own cartoon, toys, etc. But, you know, looking back now on the show, Dwight Schultz was clearly the most talented man on that show. If you don't believe me, go back and watch it again. My throat is closing up from doing Mr. T's voice. It feels like I have a fistful of sand spurs right inside my throat. My eyes are watering up. Jeez. Good gosh. And then Mr. T came out with the movie DC Cab, and we were so excited. This movie stunk. We were so excited about it, and then my dad went to go rent it for us at the video store, and he saw that it was, or no, you know what? I think he was going to take us to see it in the theater, one or the other, but he found out it was rated R. And I remember he came home and he said, "Why would Mr. T make a rated R film? All of his fans are kids and they can't go see him." Hey, here's the man himself, Stephen J. Cannell, creator of all of these great shows like The Greatest American Hero. Him and Glenn A. Larson created every show I watched as a kid. 21 Jump Street, Riptide. All right. That Battlestar, Frank Lupo's The Mighty Pen. Battlestar, Hunter, I loved Hunter. BJ and the Bear. Hey, see that guy there? Do you remember him on that show, My Two Dads? Marky Post. Ernie Hudson. I met Ernie Hudson. Okay. Hey, William the Refrigerator Perry. He was a member of G.I. Joe. Okay. Gonna zip on through here. Magnum P.I., Charlie's Angels. So lots of 80s. There we go. David Hasselhoff, Michael Knight. Now that is a show that still holds up. Love that show. Fall Guy, G.I. Joe. So you don't need me to just read out every single thing I see on all these pages, but I am going to have to actually read this thing. The A-Team comic. I may have this. I know my friend Mark did, or probably still does. I'm going to have to look. There he is, the voice of Rocket Raccoon, Bradley Cooper. Look at the merchandise. Okay, hey, nice smile. What else do we have? Mr. T and the T-Force. This is actually signed by Mr. T. Number 5,478 of 10,000. This is a comic book from Now Comics. The certificate of authenticity to show that it is actually limited and signed by Mr. T himself. Got our little trading card. And then, of course, we have the comic that you can pull out and read so that you don't damage the signed copy. I have never pulled this out. I have never looked at it. It says Neal Adams on the cover. So was this made by the late, great Neal Adams? Let's find out. Mr. T and the T-Force. That is a shiny, shiny cover. Okay, so who made this? Story by Neal Adams and Pete Stone. Art by Neal Adams and Continuity Studios. So Continuity Studios was Neal Adams' studio, which contained many artists on staff, which I believe worked on this a lot more than Neal Adams did, because this does not look like his style at all. It's over, punks. Mr. T is in the house. So, I think I'm going to like this. I'm not going to sit here and read it in real time. Whoa, Mr. T's got a giant gun? This is interesting. He doesn't shoot anybody. Oh, it's a camera. He tricked me. Green Hornet and Bruce Lee. This is when did this come out? Because this looks very 1991 through 3, maybe. Come on, give me a year. Where's the indicia? All right, forget it. Maybe it's in the back. So, Mr. T's cleaning up the town, tossing punks in the dumpster. I can't keep doing this voice because my throat is hurting. I'm saving the babies. Yep, I need a drink. Here we go. Mr. T got a videotape. So, yeah, early 90s. This is pre-DVD. It's a nice painting. Who did that? Bill Sienkiewicz? It's no signature. Ugh. 1993. Hey, didn't I say that? 1991 or 1993? Well, this is an advertisement for 1993, so this would have been pre that. I'm in the right zone. 1992. So, hey, look. I know my stuff when I know my stuff. There we go. That's pretty neat. To be continued. I don't think they made any other issues of this. Don't hold me to that, but you can Google it yourself. May the farce be with you. Married with Children, 2099. Okay. That's it. So, a little bit of Mr. T for you. See ya!